Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another video in which we are going to learn about Java tree map class with the help of examples. So guys, the tree map class of the Java collections framework provides the tree data structure implementation. So basically you have the tree data structure which can be implemented with the help of this tree map class. Now guys, it also implements the navigable map interface. So basically this is the way that we are going to initialize a tree map object. So let us move to Eclipse IDE, and over here, in order to initialize an object of a tree map class, we are going to use the tree map class. As you can see, this is the suggestion that is given by Eclipse IDE, and over here it is going to take two parameters as the data types of the key and a value pair. So guys, we are going to use the key as an integer data type, and over here the value we are going to take it as the string representation of that integer. Now guys, we are going to use the object name as tmap followed by equal to new operator, and then we have the tree map class. So guys, over here we have just declared the tree map object with the name of the tmap. Now guys, what are the different functions that we are going to see for this tree map? So as you can see, we are going to first create the tree map. So this we have already done over here. We have created a tree map with the help of this object, that is tmap. Now we can use this object in order to add elements in a tree map. So basically, as we have seen previously, we can use the put method. Also we have put all method as well, and put if absent method as well. So guys, let us check this with the help of example over here. So let's say I want to add an element over here. I'll use the tmap object followed by dot, and as you can see, there are number of methods that are suggested by Eclipse IDE. So over here we are going to use the put method, and with this put method it is going to take two parameters. The first thing is the integer key. That's because we have provided the key data type as the integer, and then we have the string value. That is because we have provided the data type of the value as a string data type. So guys, we are going to use this first method, and let's say I want to provide the integer 1 and then followed by the string representation of 1, that is ONE, that is 1. Now guys, similarly I am going to add some more elements over here. So let's say I add 2, 3 and 4, and then guys, I am just going to update the values of all these keys that we have added over here. So we will put 1, 2, 3 and then we have 4. So guys, now we have added the elements in this tmap object which is of type tree map. Now guys, how do we print this? That is, how do we access the elements of a tree map? So guys, over here I am going to use the simple print statement, and then I am going to provide tree map content is, so we are going to use this string and then followed by just the name of the object, that is tmap. So as you can see, I have just provided the tmap object, and this is what we are going to print. So let me just save this file and try running this code now. So as you can see, tree map content is 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3 and 4, 4. So guys, these are the key value pairs that are being printed over here on the console. That's because we are printing the entire object, that is tmap. Now guys, apart from this put method, we also have put all method. So if we type tmap dot and then followed by put all, as you can see, put all, it is going to take one parameter, that is going to be the map. So in case you want to copy all these elements from tmap to another object, that is tmap1, so let me just create another object over here. So we will provide a tree map over here, and we provide the same key value data type. So we have integer as the key and then the string as the value, and then over here let's say I want to provide tmap1 as another map followed by new operator, and then we have the tree map class. So guys, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy all these elements from tmap to tmap1. So what we can do is we can use tmap1 object followed by dot, and then we can use put all, and then we are going to use this method, and inside this as a parameter it will be the first map that we created, that is tmap, in which the content is already present. Now guys, what I'm going to do is instead of printing tmap, I'm going to print tmap1 over here. So we have provided tmap1. So basically we are providing the elements in the tmap and copying all the elements with the help of put all inside this tmap1 object, and then we are printing that tmap1 object over here. So let me just save this file and try running this code now. So as you can see, tree map content is 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. Now guys, let's say I want to put another element over here inside this t map 1 apart from the t map content. Now what I will do is, I will use t map 1 dot. So since we have used put previously, I am going to use put if absent in this case. So basically put if absent is used, it is going to check if a particular key is already present in the map or not, and if it is already present, then the new value will not replace the old value, and if the key is not present, then the new key value pair will be added. So guys, over here what I'm going to do is, I'm going to provide 5 and then the string representation will be 5 over here, and then we have semicolon. Let me just save this file and try running this code now. So as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4 and then another element that is 5 equal to 5 is getting printed. That's because we have used put if absent over here. Now guys, let's say I want to provide 4 value over here. So let's say we have put if absent and then the key is equal to 4, but we have 5 as the value. So what should happen over here? So let me just save this file and try running this code now. So as you can see, we have 1, 2, 3 and 4. So for the key equal to 4, the value is already 4 over here, which was added in the t map. Now guys, what is happening when the control flow comes over here in the put if absent, the key is encountered as 4 and it sees that 4 is already present. So this value is not added inside this map, and that is the reason why 4's value will be 4 over here. Now guys, instead of put if absent, if we use the normal put over here, so I'll just copy this put method and provide put over here, and I'll just save this file and try running this code now. So as you can see, 4 equal to 5. So basically the new value that you are providing with the put method is replacing the old value that was already present. So guys, in case you don't want to replace the old value with the new value, you can use put if absent, or else you can use the normal put method. Now guys, there is another way to access the element, that is get method. So what I'll do is, I'll just remove these lines of code. I'll simply keep the t map object over here, and then we are going to access a specific key's value. So let's say I want to access the value of this key, that is 3 over here. So I'll provide value of key equals 3, and then for this we are going to use the t map object. So we have t map followed by dot, and then we have something called as get method. So this method is going to take a key as a parameter over here, for which it is going to return the value. So we are checking the value of the key, that is 3. So I have provided the key as 3 over here. Let me just save this file and try running this code now. So as you can see, value of key equal to 3 is 3 over here. Now guys, we have another variation of get method, that is get or default. So let's say if that key is not present, then there will be a default value that will be passed to this tree map object. So what I'm going to do over here is, instead of get method, we are going to use get or default. So as you can see, get or default is there, and I'm going to provide a key in such a way that this key is not present in the tree map. So guys, what I'm going to provide is the key as the 5, and let's say I want to provide the default value over here as default. So guys, what we have done over here is, it is taking the two parameters, that is the first parameter is going to be the key that we want the value of, and if that key is not present, then we have to provide a particular value which will be of the data type string. That's because we have defined this map as a string value. So this value will be printed by default if this key is not found in the map. So guys, let me just save this file and try running this code. So as you can see, value of key equal to 3. So in case of 3, it should be 5 over here. But anyway, it is default over here. That's because key equal to 5 value is not present. Let me just run it again. So as you can see, value of key equal to 5, it is default. Now guys, let us say I want to get the value of a key that is equal to 1. So what I will do is, in this get or default, I will just change the key value to 1 over here. That's because I want the value of that key. Let me just save this file and try running this code now. So this time the default string should not get printed. That's because the key 1 is already present in the tree map, and that is the reason why 1 is getting printed over here. Now guys, let us move to another method. So how do we remove the elements from the tree map? So we have the remove method. So let us check this with the help of example over here. I'll just remove this content, and then I will provide tree map content, and then over here I'll just provide the t map over here. So let me just save this file and try running this code now. So it should print the content of the T map. Now guys, let's say I want to remove this element, that is 3. So this can be easily done with the help of the remove method. So we can use the object name, that is T map, followed by dot, and then we have something called as remove. So as you can see, this method remove, it takes one parameter, that is going to be the key. So over here we are going to provide the key as 3. That's because we want to remove that key from this map. And then guys, after semicolon, let me just print the content of the tree map again. So I'll just copy this and paste this over here. So let me just save this file and try running this code now. So as you can see, we have 1, 2 and then 4. That's because 3 is being removed after this line of code, that is tmap.remove, and then the parameter that was passed is the key, that is 3. Now guys, let us move to another method, that is replace elements from tree map. Now guys, you can easily replace the elements in this tree map. So basically I'm just going to remove these lines of code so that we have the original tree map content. Let me just run this code once again. So as you can see, we have 4 elements over here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now guys, instead of this key 4 equal to 4, I want to provide this value as 40. So guys, what we can do is we can use the replace method. So over here, I'm going to use the tmap object followed by dot, and then we have replace. So as you can see, this method, it is going to take a key and a string value. So basically the key is going to be this 4. So I'm going to provide the 4 as the key, and then over here the updated value I'm going to provide is 40. So guys, we have provided 40 over here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to print the content of the tree map once again. So I have pasted this line of code over here once again. Let me just save this file and try running this code. So as you can see, for the key equal to 4, instead of 4, we are getting 40 now. That's because we have replaced the value of that particular key. So guys, in this way you can perform different operations in the tree map. Guys, apart from these methods, there are many other methods that you can use based on your requirements. So once you provide the object name, that is tmap followed by dot, you can see all the methods that will be available for you in order to meet your requirements. So guys, practice on your own so that on different inputs you get different outputs. So that's it in this video. Please make sure that you like this video so that it reaches to more people, and subscribe to this channel so that you get the notifications on upcoming videos as well. The next video that we are going to talk about is Java set interface with the help of examples. So stay tuned.